NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Tour Championship. Welcome back to the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, the Tour Championship. Rich Lerner for EA Sports, alongside my good friend Frank Nobilo. Happy to be here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It was established back in 1913. It was the course that the young Bobby Jones grew up and learned the game on. Designed by Donald Ross, we're getting set for the tournament action here again today. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Continuing from the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia, all the drama of the finale for the FedEx Cup. And this is a chance to make birdie. We're at the downhill, par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards. A good, accurate tee shot gives a player a chance to make a three. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. That was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Finally in for a double bogey. Here at East Lake in the Tour Championship, and another good par 4. The 13th is 476 yards, and once again a classic Donald Ross green sloping from back to front. And really, that makes positioning so critical. You need to get the ball in play off the tee here, have a chance to put the ball in the right spot, and then maybe you have a go at 3. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Getting set for the approach here at 13. Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. So close. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Putt for par. He needs one. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Here at East Lake in the Tour Championship, this par 4 14th is straight away, but it is narrow. You have to put the ball in play off the tee here. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
The approach now to the 14th hole. Frank, what do you look to do here?
It's the opposite of 13. Now you're going straight downhill, but the green slopes in the other direction, so don't get too cavalier here. You've got to pitch that ball just slightly short of the flag.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Has his par. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards. And if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Second shot.
Headed for the bunker? Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Well, we've seen this before today, in the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
Well read.
So 2 rounds in the books. Frank, that was fun.
It certainly was. It bodes well for the weekend. Saw a lot of good players that seem to actually have a good fit for this golf course. That bodes well for the next 36 holes.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. Atlanta, Georgia and Eastlake Golf Club, so respected by everyone who has ever stepped foot on it. Today we're here for the Tour Championship, the final stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. This is Rich Lerner along with Frank Nobilo to make the call out here today. Time to jump straight into the action out on the course. Straightaway par 4 here at Eastlake in the Tour Championship, the 14th, 442 yards. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation. Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. Getting set now over the putt. And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Let's check in on the action at the 15th. Frank, it's been steady here in the third round.
Steady's not going to cut it today, Rich.
It's just not good enough at this level, is it?
No, it certainly isn't, especially when you look at the other players out there. They're just playing in a different league right now.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
You can go low here. The course professional record, and it's a par 70 set by Zach Johnson. He fired 60 back in September of 2007 at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. That was when the golf course was set at 7,154 yards.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. And it makes the green in regulation. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament. Inching closer to the finish now at the Tour Championship here at Eastlake Golf Club and that FedEx Cup title. It's a 481-yard par 4 at the 16th.
Won't play its full yardage. This one plays considerably downhill. 4 bunkers down the left. You can try, I say that, try and carry them all. The more modest approach is thread it down that right side. Another one that requires a pinpoint second shot, also played downhill.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Close to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Down to the wire here at the Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club. Now set to play the par 4 17th at 455 yards.
That's an absolute beauty.
Well, you can feel the tension right now. Always a pivotal shot in the round, the second to 17. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck? It's that sneaky distance.
Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Well, what a way for the Tour Championship to finish here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta with a par 3. Most unusual. It requires one good solid strike, one good free-flowing swing under the pressure. All the drama building here at the Tour Championship on this 235-yard par 3 finishing hole. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Nudge this one home, finish it up. So that's a drop shot. Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. And here we are, the final stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It all comes down to this tournament, the Tour Championship, to help us crown the next FedEx Cup champion. Hello, everyone. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It has been hosting this championship since 2005. Now, it is time to jump right into the action. He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. They'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta. The final round brings us to the par 4 14th.
You can see why it's so hard to hit every fairway at East Lake with holes like this. Downhill 14th, fairway slopes considerably from left to right, really reducing the width of that fairway. But if you can find the fairway, there is a birdie down there, but only the best and the brave will find one.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Superb shot once again, and only about 15 feet away for a birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
He's made it. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards. And if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long, straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today. Even par currently.
just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Players now arriving at the 16th hole, 481-yard par 4, and Frank, the pressure is really starting to mount here in the final round of the Tour Championship.
Oh, you can smell that $10 million right now. You can also see that fairway shrinking. Notice the look of those 4 bunkers down the left. The fairway gets narrower and narrower the further you go down. You can try and fly past them, but this is going to be another one where the tee shot's downhill and the second shot. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. And getting ready for the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, final round of the Tour Championship, just a couple of holes to play, and this is one of those spots where the moment is really so big, and the potential for catastrophe with the water left is really so glaring, making this quite a hole.
Yeah, it's the only hole on the back 9 where the water is just obviously in play. And that becomes the feature all the way down the left side of this magnificent par 4. On the other side of the fairway, there's 3 bunkers in that perfect position should you stray a little to the right. So it requires your best tee shot. And the second shot also requires your best judgment. The reason why? That green just slightly built up and protected by that front bunker.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
Frank, here we are, the final hole of the final round of the final event of the FedEx Cup season.
Yeah, this is it. They give you a little bit of a reprieve. You wouldn't think you could do too much damage on this. But if you have to make 3 to win, and that's to win everything, there's much easier holes to play than this.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
An ill-timed double bogey for him, but he has to make it first. Take no pleasure in saying it, but it's a fact. It's a double bogey. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Good looking shot right here. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Take you down to hole number 11. Frank, I've really enjoyed watching our featured golfer to this point. Superb play through the early portion of the round. Now we get to this kind of middle section. Frank, what's the key to maintaining that momentum?
Well, not just maintaining, Rich, an opportunity here to turn good into a great round.
What a tremendous display of power and precision. Here now the second shot. It's 120 yards. terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left.
A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. How about that terrific approach shot setting up a makeable eagle putt? Not a gimme, but well within his range. Excellent lead for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. 115 yards away. Has to be careful with the wind at his back that he doesn't airmail this green.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Yet another birdie and yet another tie at the top of the leaderboard.
Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. This could be a good one. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. And now he has this for the birdie. Has it. Now to 7 under for the tournament. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long.
Second shot. This looks like it's going to find the target. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Playing his third here at the par 5.
Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Headed to the right, just a tad. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back 9. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Second from an excellent lie. Good chance at one. And it makes the green in regulation. See if he can give his round a real big boost. This putt is for eagle. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. This is a good-looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, that hurts. Thought he had it. Just a couple of feet. Has his par. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt. Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5. Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Birdie try again here today.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Drops for a birdie. Par 4 sixth here at the wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
2 choices here, Rich. Lay it up short of the wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the wetlands. With just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Here now the second shot. It's 120 yards. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank, a par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Settles in over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So a tricky little par 3.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Finishing up the front side here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club with a par 5, 621 yards. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Frank, looking at this par 5 ninth hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Has to be pleased with that. And a approach shot within 12 feet. Frank, how rare would this be if this putt drops?
Well, this is I'd like to say once in a lifetime, but on the odd occasion we do see back-to-back eagles. But it certainly is something to watch.
Just dominated this hole and ends up with an eagle. 16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot. And, well, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Good roll. '17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well. This one's starting down the right. Does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. This one measures out to 24 feet. Good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood, 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet, finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no, we don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory. Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Back over now to the fourth. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way. Should be safely on deck.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This for birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Set up in the fairway, 200 yards from here. Absolutely throwing darts just inside of 5 feet. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Really moving in the right direction at 3 under. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
Yeah, it's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one. Hazard.
Maybe wet. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, this is obviously a green light situation.
It is, because of the tee shot. A smart layup here gives you the chance to go straight at this flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
That's the end of round 1, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.